If you're watching this video, chances are you're looking for the next strategy that can help you go from unprofitable to profitable in 2026. And this is it. This strategy has a 100% win rate. And that strategy is not focusing so much on your strategy. I know it sounds stupid, but once you have your strategy down, that's it, all right? And now, yes, strategy is super important. And yes, that's an extremely fundamental piece of the puzzle. But what am I talking about here? I'm talking about how the issue is not necessarily your strategy. The issue is not necessarily just your psychology. It's you. It's how are you going to implement this? How are you going to use both of these resources to your advantage so you can go from unprofitable to profitable? Okay. First step is this. Is your strategy profitable? How can you identify that? How do you realize like, okay, how would I even know if my strategy works or if it doesn't? What do? There's something called back testing, forward testing, paper trading, and even on funded accounts and on evals. That's how you decide if it's profitable or unprofitable. You collect data over a long period of time, identifying like, okay, when does my strategy work? How does it work? Is price good? Is it choppy? When am I going to enter? What session am I going to enter? All these confluences. What confluences align with it? What's everything? What are the ins and outs with it? Once you understand that and you have everything together, just like how I do, and I trade market maker models, and I've been trading that strategy for around like 2.5 years or something like that, roughly around there. What's next? What's next is putting the pieces together. So if I have my strategy, which is the market maker models, the next step is identifying like, okay, how am I going to integrate psychology with it? All right. Let's take a look at this example right here. So I'm going to drag this down into the charts where you can see the first thing that you should really pay attention to is, okay, if my strategy works, if my psychology is good, I need to build a checklist. I need to have a system that keeps me accountable. What is your checklist going to say? All right. Focus on only taking one trade per day. I know a lot of other people say take 2, maybe 3, maybe even 4, but take one trade a day. Your mentality has to be rewired to the point where you're not obsessed with the profits. You're obsessed with the progress. If you're obsessed with the progress and you're compounding that over time, that's when the payouts will show up. Right now, that's not what you should be focusing on. Right now, what you need to be focusing on is, all right, what can I do today? Profitability isn't like, oh, maybe I can be profitable in 3 months. No, profitability is today. What can I do? What can KJ do today to help him be profitable today? All it is 30 minutes to an hour of, hard and intense effort. That's all it is. No. Once you have your strategy set in stone, you have to observe. All right, not just is it an A+ setup? What makes it an A+ setup? Are market conditions good for the day? Are they valid? Is everything aligned? Is it choppy? If it's choppy, I'm going to hop off and stuff like that. Integrate a journal. That's what I do a lot for my students. Like, it's crazy. One of my students, matter of fact, he's literally been in the inner circle for 51 days and he got his first payout today. Why? Because these systems work. All it is everything I wish I had when I first started. And I'm telling you guys this because it works. Once you have your strategy, once you start building up your psychology, and how do you build it? Because a lot of you guys, one of your issues is, you don't have confidence enough to enter the trade. Well, what's the solution to that? Collect data. Have a spreadsheet, have a spreadsheet that can tell you like, oh, this is the amount of times you won. This is the amount of times that you lost. This is when it works. This is when it doesn't work. All that builds up confidence, because then from there you can identify like, okay, what's an A+ setup with my model, with market maker models? What's an A+? What's a B+? What's A? What makes that an A+ setup? When does that make it an A+ setup? And then from there, that gets you one step closer to your payout. I know a lot of you guys see all these traders going on TradeSync, Tradecopia, copy trading 20 accounts, 30 accounts, like it doesn't even matter, just a crazy amount, making hundreds of thousands of dollars even a month into trading. And all I have to say is that you have to take it slow. You have to remind yourself that you're not in any time limit. You don't have a time limit, Most of you guys are either in high school or in college or working a job. My first advice is get a job. Have something to fund your trading so you won't be super stressful, like being like, oh shoot, if I don't pass this funded account, I'm going to blow all my money. I'm going to lose everything. No, stick to something. Make it work. That's all you have to do. You just have to make it work. You guys don't have to be rich in like a month. You don't have to make X amount of money in a week. Take your time with it. This is a hard high income skill. Bringing that back into trading, all I was trying to say is that with your psychology, all right, if you don't have a checklist and if you don't even have a journal, either digital or hand, paper, like how I do, you're not going to get anywhere. If you're not even disciplined enough to write down 10 minutes a day of, okay, what trade did I take? If I didn't take a trade, how do I feel? Do I feel calm? Do I feel confident? Do I feel eager to take a trade? Then what makes you think you're going to become profitable? Nothing. You can't. Profitability comes from discipline, and discipline comes from each action that you do every single day in and out of the markets. A lot of you guys don't even go to the gym. If you can't even go to the gym, what makes you think you're going to be disciplined enough in the charts if you can't even be disciplined with your own body? A lot of you guys eat horrible. I eat horrible too sometimes. But what are you going to do today that can allow you to get one step closer to profitability? The best piece of advice that I could offer you guys is that No one has ever made money trading consistently if they're gambling. If they hop on the charts thinking, oh, you know what? I'm going to long off open because we have these crazy moves. Or I'm going to short off open because we have these crazy shorts. And then trying to get lucky gambling your way. That's impossible. No one's ever done it. You can't make a living off of gambling trading. It's impossible. So what do? You have these systems in place that keep you accountable. You have these systems in place that allow you to stay fixed and stay focused. You have to think long term. I know it sounds cringy, but higher time frame is bullish, y'all. Higher time frame is bullish. And above all that, keep the Lord number one. That's the best thing you could ever, if there's one thing you can get out of this video, let it be that. The Lord has to be number one in your life. Matter of fact, it sounds crazy, but I used to get like maybe 1 payout, 2 payouts, 3 payouts a month. And I thought I was so cool. And I lost a lot of money buying stupid stuff, throwing it on meme coins, trying to get lucky. But if I'm prioritizing the Lord and I'm really living each and every single day for the Lord, you don't think he's going to take care of my work? Of course he is. He wants to see you happy, but above all that, he wants to be with you. He loves you. He's your merciful Father. So with that, these are my tips and tricks on profitability. This is everything, just everything that I kind of, wish I knew when I first started trading in around 7 minutes long in the video. This video is more for intermediate traders. I know a lot of people that are watching this might be beginners, and I have a free beginner's guide in my Discord server. Comment down below and I'll send it to you. But this is it, guys. This is it. Don't overcomplicate it. Take one trade a day and then lock yourself out. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. God bless you. I'll see you guys in the next video.